there's a brain, a nice wake-up call for Monday morning. It's not a real one, obviously, but basically the brain isn't who you are. And when we're in a society today where when people say the word brain, they think mind. And yet, if the difference between you and I, Pedro, and a dead person is our mind, because a dead person's still got a brain, but that brain is doing nothing. But we're alive now, we're having a conversation, people are listening to us, and we're having an experience. We are using our mind to actually connect with each other. Our mind is our aliveness. Our mind is our ability to think and to feel and to choose, to experience life. We take that, we put that in the brain, and it shows up in the brain as a structural change. And we literally build a thought tree in our brain of what we're saying. And that's happening at about 400 billion actions per second. So the brain becomes the receiver of and the responder to the incoming information. If you get like anger, frustration, irritation, fuming, whatever, depression, anxiety, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. Those are, listen to this, it's a very different way of looking at emotions. Those are not bad. Those are actually excellent because they are messengers telling you something. So God, our structuring of emotions is such that when we experience a strong emotion, it's a call to look beneath the leaves to the branches to see why am I experiencing that emotion. So it's a warning signal, and then I can see on the branches, oh, I am looking at life in X way, and then you can track down to the roots to find why. What did I process? What was the source of me getting into the state, producing those emotions? So self-regulation is mind management, which I mentioned at the beginning. So when we talk about capturing a thought, we're talking about responding to our emotions because they hit us in the face first, looking below the leaves to the details, tracking it down to the roots. That's renewing the mind. And then as you do that, in our brain, what we know from neuroscience is as you go through what I've just described, this becomes weakened and therefore changeable. So this is not my destiny. This way of thinking that's got me stuck or ruminating or fighting or whatever and making my body sick, because this will show up as a damaged immune system, damaged brain, etc., that I can change, I can reconceptualize.
This conversation is going into every cell of your body. Mm-hmm. And then that had me think about, I have to be careful about the conversations that I have.
And what you're processing. So what are you focusing on? How are you processing stuff? The true wisdom is monitoring every single response that I have all day long. So as you wake up, how are you responding? How are you waking up? Are you waking up complaining? That immediately is damaging your brain and impairing every part of your immune system, because every cell of your body is now going to respond to that, and you've got to stop that immediately. What's your first conversation, your first email you do it? So as you go through the day, every single experience your mind is taking in, and it's building that into the cells. So you've got to ask yourself, do I want that in my cells? And self-awareness alone is actually quite dangerous, because you can increase, if you don't manage it, you have to be aware, and then you have to be very focused in your awareness, and then you have to go beyond that mindful awareness, and you actually have to process, deconstruct, and reconstruct. And that part most people don't talk about. The emotions you feel, those big leaves, they will get worse. And if the bigger those leaves get, the harder it is to get behind and find the details in the branches.
You have greater awareness to all of these issues, feedback, and you don't have a process, a redemptive process to take the awareness of all this through. Of course, you're going to lead to overwhelm and stress and anxiety and depression. What good is it to know about all the problems, all the challenges, all the issues, if I don't have a process or a willingness to actually go work those through? I like how she said that all emotions are just messengers. It's just a messenger. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just a messenger. Your body, your soul, something is trying to tell you something. Man, what a powerful feedback system that the Lord, that God's in His wisdom gave us. All this training is coming down February 1st. It's all coming down February 1st. It's a 31-day challenge. I just believe that your 2022 is better, richer, more prosperous, more full of wisdom if you have access to these recordings and the 2022 Dreaming with God workshop than if you don't. So we're making this available at the lowest price ever. It's going to be more than double at the end of the challenge. So if you haven't done it, today's your last day. Wisdom2022.com. Use wisdom, invest in wisdom for a small amount of money. Try and secure this for the rest of the year.